and avoiding disruptions to the preseason calendar. Okay. And then there's an article here on Front Office Sports from Annie Kospel where it says we have to get a deal done by Monday. WNBA CBA talk stretch into day 4. They are over 40 hours in of marathon negotiations. This is an absolute scene. It is a circus what is going on with this negotiation situation. Here it says, on the 4th consecutive day of marathon bargaining sessions, the WNBA and WNBPA are making progress, but they're still in a race against time to...
Welcome, sports fans, to a critical update in the world of professional basketball. The clock is ticking, and if you're following the WNBA's CBA negotiations, you know just how serious this moment is. The league is on the edge of a major crossroads. Commissioner Cathy Engelbert has issued a warning that could change everything. The message is clear: get the deal done by Monday or start losing millions.
Looks like we got some things from Terry Carmichael Jackson as well earlier. WNBPA Executive Director Terry Carmichael Jackson spoke to the media on site and said, in part, movement is still the word. As long as movement keeps going in a forward direction, then I think we're good. Okay. Now we have to get to what Cathy Engelbert had to say. And basically Cathy Engelbert said, Cathy Engelbert just spoke with media on site, sharing that progress has been made while also emphasizing time is of the essence. She said a deal by Monday is critical.
The fate of the season, the future of the league, and the livelihoods of players hang in the balance. So let's break down everything you need to know about this high-stakes situation.
Flew right past it before they even got in a room together. Now they've been in this room together, they still don't have a deal. Well, Cathy Engelbert has said Monday's the day. Look, lock them out. I mean, seriously. WNBA Commissioner Cathy Engelbert told reporters Friday that there is urgency to get a new CBA done by Monday to avoid disruptions to the preseason calendar, including training camp and preseason games.
As the clock continues to tick down, it's becoming abundantly clear that the WNBA is facing a monumental decision. The players, led by the WNBPA Women's National Basketball Association, have been locked in intense negotiations with the league for days. The topic? A new collective bargaining agreement, or CBA, which will determine everything from player salaries to revenue-sharing agreements. With so much at stake, it's no wonder that the tension in the room is palpable. Let's take a step back and understand the situation.
Quote, we have to get it done by Monday. I should say, we have to get it done without disrupting some part of the fact that we've got this 2-team expansion draft, Engelbert said. We've got to get the expansion going. We got to get free agency going. We got to get the college draft going, which is now a month from today. Yikes. Woo! The league and union have bargained for double-digit hours each of the past 4 days starting Tuesday, which was the initial target date from the WNBA, gave the union for completion of a term sheet to avoid scheduling impacts on the 2026 season. Now,
Commissioner Cathy Engelbert, who has been at the forefront of these negotiations, made an urgent public statement this past Friday. She issued a stark warning to the WNBPA and the players. You have until Monday to get this deal done, or we risk missing games and losing millions of dollars. This isn't just about a few players' paychecks, it's about the future of the WNBA and the stability of the entire league. Engelbert stressed that the urgency of the situation cannot be overstated. If the deal isn't done by Monday, it could cause a chain reaction of cancellations, delays, and financial losses. Why is this deadline so critical? Well, let's break it down. First, we have the college draft set for April 13th, just a few weeks away. This draft is a pivotal event for the WNBA, as it sets the stage for the next generation of stars. Players like Olivia Miles, Lauren Betts, and Tania Latson are waiting for the call that will change their careers. But without a finalized CBA, this draft could be in jeopardy. And that's not all. The league has 2 preseason games scheduled for April 25th. And if no agreement is reached by Monday, those games could be delayed or even canceled. But it's not just the draft and the preseason games that are at risk. If the league and the players can't come to an agreement soon, the entire season could be affected. We're talking about a lockout that could prevent players from training, participating in team activities, or playing the games they love. The financial consequences of such a move are staggering. Players stand to lose millions of dollars in wages, sponsorships, and bonuses. For the league, this could mean lost revenue, damaged relationships with fans, and a public relations nightmare.
Here's the issue at the heart of the negotiations: revenue sharing. The WNBA owners have proposed a system based on net revenue, but the players are fighting for a larger share of the gross revenue. The gap between what each side is asking for is still significant. The WNBA's latest offer gives players a cut of 15% of the net revenue, which is far below the 40% of gross revenue that the players initially demanded. The players are looking for a deal that recognizes their contributions to the league's success, while the owners are pushing for a system that ensures their profitability. This disagreement is the primary sticking point in the talks. Now let's talk about the players themselves. The WNBPA is not just a group of individuals. It's a collective of athletes who have fought long and hard for equality, fair pay, and a seat at the table. Key figures like Terry Carmichael Jackson, the executive director of the WNBPA, have been vocal in these negotiations. Jackson has said that movement is still happening, but she also made it clear that both sides have a lot of work to do. Jackson has acknowledged that progress is being made on some ancillary issues, but the core issue of revenue sharing remains unresolved. At the same time, there are growing concerns from the players that the league is not negotiating with the same sense of urgency. Many players feel that the league has been dragging its feet and that this delay is putting them in a difficult position. Players like Natasha Cloud, Brianna Stewart, and Aneka Ogu-Maike have spoken out, demanding more respect and a fairer deal. They want a league that values their contributions, and right now it seems like they're not getting that respect. If the league doesn't step up, there's a real risk that the players will continue to push back until they get what they deserve. Let's take a moment to talk about the financial implications of a lockout. If the CBA isn't signed by Monday, we could see a lockout that would prevent the players from entering the facilities, attending training camps, or participating in preseason games. For the players, this means lost wages. For the average player, this could mean the difference between making a living and struggling to make ends meet. For the stars of the league, like Sabrina Ionescu and Brianna Stewart, a lost season could have serious career implications, affecting endorsements, sponsorships, and future contract negotiations. Even worse, this could have long-term consequences for the league itself. A lockout, coupled with canceled games, could alienate fans, disrupt the growing momentum of women's professional basketball, and set the league back years in terms of its growth and visibility. Fans of the WNBA, who have long supported the league through its ups and downs, would be devastated by the loss of an entire season. And for the league, this could mean a public relations disaster that would take years to recover from. Here's where things stand right now. Both sides are pushing hard for a deal, but there's no guarantee that it will happen in time. The players are fighting for fair compensation and better working conditions, while the league is trying to protect its financial interests. As Commissioner Engelbert said, Monday is the final deadline. If no deal is reached, we could see a lockout that would disrupt the season and cause players to lose millions. So the question remains, will both sides come together and reach an agreement, or will we see a lockout that threatens the future of the WNBA? Fans and players alike are anxiously waiting for a resolution. The future of women's professional basketball is at stake. It's a tense, high-stakes situation that could change the course of the league forever. As we wait for a resolution, one thing is certain: this negotiation will determine the future of the WNBA for years to come. As we wrap up, let's remember that it's not just about the money, it's about the future of the game. It's about ensuring that the next generation of players has the opportunity to thrive, to grow the game, and to make a real impact on the world of sports. If the CBA isn't signed by Monday, we could see a disruption that sets the league back. But if both sides come to the table and reach a deal, we'll have the foundation to continue building a strong and sustainable future for the WNBA. So, as we head into the weekend, all eyes are on the negotiation table. Will the WNBA and the Players' Union find common ground, or will we witness a lockout that changes everything? The countdown is on, and the future of the WNBA hangs in the balance. Stay tuned and keep the vision alive.